Hello everyone, welcome to Code and Learn. I would like to share a short story from my early days as a software engineer, from which I learned a lot. I hope you can learn from it as well. What really is a software engineer? In the fast-paced industry of software engineering, there's a popular saying, if you haven't broken a production system yet, you're not a real software engineer. Well, I can proudly say that I'm one of those engineers. This is the story of how I unintentionally caused the entire system to crash. So let's get a little background on the story. I was a member of a team in a company that heavily relied on partnerships. Our partnership agreement was straightforward. The partner would use our product and pay according to their usage. Additionally, they would have access to exclusive billing plan that offered more features than the standard one. Our partner integration, a relic from the early startup days of the company, was a complex web of code that's both a treasure and a ticking time bomb. In the labyrinth of this legacy integration, issues occasionally arise with user accounts, requiring a manual deep dive into database to sort things out. When you work at a company, manually updating database is not something that you would usually do. There are few railguards to prevent you from doing it, but in certain cases, like in our case, where this was a legacy code and the only fix was fixing the database records by manually running database queries. You could argue that you could run queries by performing migration, but when you have a partner, that accounts for a lot of income. You have to fix things quickly because the release pipeline for our company was really slow. As such, we had to fix things by manually running DB queries. One day, a support engineer from the partner side reached out to us with a user account gone missing. As a designated caretaker of this code, my team was on the case. Investigating the issue, I discovered a few other accounts that had a similar issue. The fix really seemed simple. A few updates to interlink tables and the issue will be resolved. I tested it with one of the accounts and confirmed with the support engineer on the partner side that the issue was resolved. Now it was close to Christmas time. Fueled by an overdose of Christmas spirit and an eagerness to play a hero, I dove right into the database with the intention of resolving not just the reported problem, but our similar issues across other partner accounts. Let me tell you one thing, playing the superhero, especially in software engineering, is not always the right thing to do. Anyhow, I decided that I was going to play superhero that day. However, my cape got tangled in the code and the superhero's grand plan fell apart spectacularly. In my zealous attempt to save the day, I forgot the essential where clause when updating the records. The consequence? Every record in the billing table was now updated to have the partner account features. Well, the panic set in and my heart sank to new depths as the realization of my blunder hit me like a ton of virtual bricks. I tried to solve it on my own, but I couldn't. So, I raised the alarm within our R&D group and a critical incident was declared. And as expected, a ton of customer support tickets began flooding in like a tsunami. I was feeling very low, but the priority was to resolve the issue. Time passed like eternity as we meticulously worked through the mess I had created. In the end, we were able to stitch back the billing information from all the related table and able to resolve the issue without having to restore the full database from the database backup, which would have required more time to resolve the issue. Thanks to all the senior folks in my R&D group that helped me resolve the issue. Now the important part, which is things I learned from it. I was feeling really low after making a mistake, but luckily the entire group was supportive of me. Everyone told me that they were once involved in one such issue or they caused the system to fail. The things I learned from the incidents that I want to share with you are: in situations that may cause stress and anxiety, it's essential to remain calm and focus on finding a solution instead of worrying about the possible consequences. Once the issue has been resolved, there will be a plenty of time to reflect on what happened and you can learn from it. If you make a mistake, it's best to take the ownership of it and seek help, whether that means asking for assistance from a colleague or reaching out to someone who can provide support. It's always better to seek help than to struggle alone. As for the technical parts, I would suggest, first of all, don't try to update anything in the database directly, especially for a production system. But if you have to do it, it's important to always use the where clause unless you intend to update all records. Additionally, it's a very good practice to use transaction like rollback and commit even when running the select query. This helps train your brain to use these commands routinely, which can be very helpful in preventing such issues and ensuring data integrity. If I would have used a transaction, I could have easily rolled back when I realized I updated more than one record. So, in the end, it's okay to make mistakes, unless and until you're learning from it, because sometimes, in the wreckage of our blunders, we find the raw material for building a stronger and more resilient future. Thanks for watching the video. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section or through the Discord server. I hope you enjoyed this small story. Until next time, happy coding.